Good evening, everyone. Hello. Pick the right camera to start with. That will help. Hello. How are you all? My name is Emma Goddard, and it is Sunday, the 5th of November. I hope you are all well. Hello. Welcome. Say a little hello in the comments if you're here live, or if you're here on the replay. It's lovely to see you. Hello. So tonight, what have I got in store for you this evening? It has been a busy weekend for me. I've had classes and with the cute polar bears. So that's been fun. Friday and Saturday night was classes. So that was great fun. Ross says, good heavens, I've caught you live. Good heavens. So, my notes are a bit funny. Right, what have I got for you? So, I have got where have I put my stamp set? The Merry and Bright stamp set. Who has this one? Have you done anything with it? Isn't it fab? So lots of bright bulbs tonight, quite literally. So I've got a fun fold with some fun interactive action on the card. So it's gonna be interactive. Right. So I says love this set. Let me I'm going to go to desk view because I've got a couple of bits to share with you. Things coming up. Let's do that, and I will put the stamp set there for those that are joining. So this is one we're going to be playing with. Things that are coming up are two classes that I've got for still joining. So today is the last day to join for my Star at Night class, and that is using the Star at Night bundle and the papers and all that kind of good stuff. The closing date was slightly extended because that is has been out of stock. It's due back in next week. So so you've got till the end of this evening. It says I'm still on. You've got till the end of this evening. I will be placing an order. In fact, tomorrow, actually, I'll be placing an order tomorrow after work. So if you'd like to join that, you still have a chance to get in for a kit. The online option for that stays open closer to the date of the class. So you've got a little bit longer on that. I have also got open with the lovely Brian King. We've got our new super awesome Fun Time card kit now open. That is open from today until just looking on my diary, next Sunday that will be open until. So if you would like to book a kit for that, there is a kit with the bundle as an add-on. You can do kit only or you can do online only. So if you're not in a market in the UK with me, or you're not in the US where Brian is, and you are in a different market but you would like to join, then you can join the online only, and there is an option for that. So you can still get the PDF and the video and the projects and come and join us on the live Zoom as well. So that is going on. And then from the 7th, we have new online exclusives coming. So I used and shared the Garden Meadow the other week. Hey, Annette. And there is more goodies, kind of a hint to that best ever pop, that sparkling can of soda pop or whatever you want to call that. So there's some other goodies, and that's Softly Said? That's a new one. And there's some grungy looking stamp set behind that Garden Meadow. So lots of new bits coming on the online exclusives, and they'll be available to order from Tuesday, so the 7th of November. So that's bits and pieces coming up. So as I say, Star at Night class still open for booking because some of the items weren't available to order, so that's been slightly extended. So you've got till tomorrow. And then the Super Awesome has just opened today. So that is all from me. As far as bits and pieces, the garden set does look lovely. It is. I've got did a couple of cards with that the other week, and I also did a presentation for Alison into her event, Alison Okamitsu, and shared some projects with that, and they were really fun to make. So I will share them at some point with everyone. Right, while I am chit-chatting, let me start stamping some of these bulbs. So let's grab a piece of white. We're going to do some multicolored bulbs. I have done, normally I make my cards on the live and they're very kind of random's not the right word, created on the fly. I have created this card before I came on live because I wanted to test that it was going to work. So this is slightly unusual for me because I know what I'm doing and I know what I'm making. Right, so we want these bulbs. Oh, I need my cleaner. Spontaneous, thank you, Jeanette. Spontaneous, that's the right word for it. My mist has nearly run out. I've got a tiny bit left and there's more on the way tomorrow, thankfully. I've got an order due to arrive. I love your creative spontaneity. Me too, usually. I just thought tonight, because I am using some extra items, it's going to be fun. I wanted, as I say, to make sure that this was going to definitely work for you all. It's a fun technique. And I've got some non-Stampin' Up product that I'm going to put onto this card to make it very cool. Right, so we've got Melon Mambo, Blueberry Bushel. We're then going to do Granny Apple Green. So we'll do a couple of each of the shapes in the Granny Apple Green. I have even done some pre-die cutting. I mean, unheard of. It's very unnerving to have some things already. All right, let's do. So Daffodil Delight. Okay. Oh, it's all good, Zaina. You are going to love them. Right. They're more of a tool, I think, than a product. He's laughing. Right, let's do dies. So the dies that come with this, there are outlines, there's ropes, there's all sorts on here. So you've got 2 of each shape, and then you've got the tops of the bulbs, and you've got the tops for the stamped part, and then you've got the like the filament in part of the bulbs, and then like these string bits as well. You've even got like little dents where that will give you the like the light coming off the bulb. It'll give that kind of glow on the paper, so that's very cool as well. I haven't used that, I have to say, at the moment. Right, let's chop this and get it cut out. I've got this pink and yellow. That was from my blends another week when I was doing a live. I'd obviously done something with the blends and it hadn't quite dried. I was a bit too quick to die cut, and it stained my plates. I mean, they still work fine. I need to give them a bit of a clean. Okay. So if we can do these all in one go. had. Good enough. I should have taped them down, really. Anyway, you send some sun. Yeah, I know, right? Really autumnal, isn't it? It's that real kind of, the clocks have gone back. It's clocks change tonight in the US, don't they? So our clocks changed the other week. But yeah, it definitely feels that kind of, it's damp, it's darker evenings. It feels all right. Once you start to get your Christmas tree up, it's all fine. But at this time of year, it's all a bit... Right, let's get those cut. Oh, yeah, of course, because it's Sunday, isn't it, Stacey? Clocks changed. Paul says last night. I do know that I go live on a Sunday, and it's a regular thing, but I don't know why in my head I thought it was Saturday. Right. Wishing for another day. Wishing for another day of the weekend. That's what it was. Okay, so we've got those. Now, as I say, I have die cut some of the tops of these, which will speed things along somewhat. And perfectly civilized hour here. Yes, for us, it's perfectly civilized now. So Norfolk was, oh, it's been horrendous, hasn't it? Absolutely horrendous weather here. Been rubbish. Right. So we want the stamps in this set are that bold background with the white infill. So this is perfect for not having to emboss if you want the white on the black or the white on a colour background. I love this style of stamp, and I wish we had it with every single combination of sentiments. I would use them all the time. Right, memento. Annette says, yeah, we all wish for that. 2 Saturdays. Yes, please. Okay. Perfect. So have a Merry Christmas. This is going to hopefully brighten up your autumnal evening. This card. All right. Let's cut that sentiment. Obviously, if you emboss these, you would get a sort of a glossy. You could still emboss these and have lovely gold sentiments or silver or any colour. And then, so, okay, are we ready? So, or a day in between, Lena? Yeah, absolutely. Right, I've die cut loads of these tops from the Glimmer paper. So this was from the online exclusive silver and gold. It's adhesive backed. It is fabulous cardstock. An absolute gem. Right, and then we're going to put these tops on our, how good does that look? Looks all sparkly. And we're going to use all of these on our bulbs. If you're finding that they need a little bit of extra oomph for stickiness, then maybe just a glue dot just to hold them on if they're not holding enough. These have got kind of lines in between. They're like slits, so you don't want to over glue these because you'll have the glue splidging through the front. I was trying to pick up I've got a bulb here and I keep trying to pick it up. There. Don't these look awesome? They're so fun. Just, who doesn't love Christmas lights? Sparkly, sparkly Christmas lights. That adhesive back is a game changer with these. It makes it so easy. And one on the Melon Mambo. And one more. It's already got the sticky off. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, good morning. Right. We have our bulbs, we have our sentiment. Let's do our card base. We're going to do a fun fold. I'm going to cut the card long ways. So, Ros, do you know, I haven't got around to making it. I had exactly the same idea. I didn't buy any of the Halloween suite. I did buy some of the glow in dark paper to use with this suite, and I just haven't had time. Time is what I haven't had to make that card. But yeah, that sounds so fun. Right, if you're working in centimetres, I don't have the inches off the top of my head, but this is 10.5 wide, 14.8 and then 7.4. So you're scoring in half and then half again, so that you get a fold like so. And then we're going to do a piece on the front. So we're going to score that, cut that rather. I'm going to go 14.5, but keeping the width of the card. So that is going to be one of those folds. So we'll glue that. Put that on there. So we've got that happening. And then we want a white layer and Melon Mambo layer, which is what I'm using to go on the front. Now the Melon Mambo layer is going to measure 9 by 13 centimeters, that is. And then the white layer is just going to come 0.5 centimeter in from that. So 12.5 by 8.5 is your measure on that. And the white layer is going to just go directly onto your Melon Mambo, and then the whole layer of that is going to pop on dimensionals on the front of the card. And okay, we're nearly at the fun bit. I mean, this is all the fun bit, but you're going to see the fun bit that I'm going to share with you. So we have got that going on legs so. And we're also going to put the sentiments on at this point as well, so that they are in place in the middle of your card. We just want to make sure that we get this going, saying the right thing in the right order. So we do want it to say, have a Merry Christmas. And so we'll put the Christmas. Oh, cool. Oh, does that look a bit squint? It does really. Let me see if I can. Oh, do you know what? I think I'm just going to go with it. Can I live with that? It's a bit squint. I'm gonna Might need a few more dimensionals to help that stick back down. Just add a few more dimensionals. Whoops. In different places to where the dimensionals were before. The whole card would have driven me mad, I think, if it had been squint. So let's try and get this on straight. That is better. Much, much better. Right. Good. No one will ever know. Christmas. Yeah, glue or glue dot would be my normal go-to, Paul. I would normally just glue the back of the dimensionals because they lose their sticky a little. So for speed, adding more dimensionals will hold that. All right. There we go. Have a, or you could just have Merry Christmas, but I like the small, medium, large. So, right, let's grab. Are we ready? So these light bulbs are going to look super fun, but what we need to do is light up the light bulbs. So I've got some LED fairy lights. So excited. And we're gonna, so these come, I've bought these in a pack of 20. I'm gonna make lots of these cards. The string is 1 meter long. They do them in all sorts of lengths. And initially I found these with a 2 meter wire, but I felt that 2 meters of lights was probably too much to put on a card. Maybe better for a sort of home decor project. Or something like that. So let's unravel these. They're pretty robust. I'm just being faffy with them. What have I done? Call that. So they're like a little wire, a little fine wire. I've used these on a projects before, many moons ago, and I haven't made one in a long time. And I was like, oh, I'm going to have to put some lights on this. It's going to be so cool. These are 1 meter, so they're 1 meter. I have put on my blog, so coastalcrafter.com. If you go to my blog, underneath my shop button, there is a drop down that says Amazon product or Amazon suggested links, and I have an affiliate link on there, but I've suggested the product on there. And so this specific pack, they came in a box like this, 20 of them, and I'm sure if you searched again you could find less. You might be able to find a pack of 10. I was quite happy with 20. They weren't super expensive. And so right, I'm going to turn these on so that we can see the right colours for the right thing on the wire. It kind of loses the like, oh, wow at the end, but it will help. Look at that, so pretty. Right, we're going to feed on the bulbs. So I'm going to feed these onto the string, and then I'm going to kind of have the lights behind the bulbs, and I'm going to, what I'll do is I'll share the link into the comments of the live once we're finished as well, so you can not have to hunt for them. So I'm going to tape the back but not over the light, just to hold it in place. And I'm going to do all of the round bulbs first. And we're going to do pink, green, yellow, blue, and then repeat. And I'm just using the tear and tape to hold the wire. You know, it's very cool, isn't it? That probably fell out after my live, bless you. Have these. You could just have these in your craft room. You could just make them and just string them up. Like, you could have little bulbs. I love them. Around your computer at work. Might do a set to take in to decorate my desk at work. Make a little string of them for everyone at work and have them just hung up so they can turn them on and brighten up their desk. I love it. Right. That one. The blue one. Let's do. It kind of looks cool coming through the top as well. You don't have to have it like, but you want it some sort of off to the side, so that you can see it a little. Tape slightly over. Blue. Right, now we're going to add in the pink of the longer one. You could maybe use glue dots as well rather than tape, but tape just holds them a bit more in place. And because they're LEDs, they don't get hot and all that kind of jazz. And they are you are able to take the backs off here with little screwdrivers and replace the batteries. So they're not, you don't have to throw them away once they're finished. They're reusable with new batteries. And they're just all fun. So there. Oops. No, I'll have that. I'm going to loop that round. And I know I don't have enough bulbs for the amount of lights that are on the string, but that's okay because I'm just going to wind the last two lights back around underneath some of the other lights. It's just that I didn't want that many stamped images on the card, so I was happy that I could do something with the leftover lights. Ready, set, shop. Roz is off. You could light up. You can get these with like a cork topper, and so you can put a bottle stopper in the top of an old bottle of a gin bottle or a wine bottle or something like that, and then you can have it lit up. It's very cool. Or even like a fancy, if you've bought like a nice water bottle or something like that, a glass water bottle that's pretty with like blue glass or something like that, then you can light them up as well on the tables. So or for a bit of decoration, they are pretty cool. But these would just, you could tie that battery pack around the top of a bottle, maybe with some ribbon, and put a tag around it or something like that. So yeah, 2 lights hung over, like leftover, and then we've got our string of bulbs, which is very cool. And then, so the battery pack, we want to be able to get in to change the battery without pulling it off the card. So we're going to make sure that that's on the outside, and I'm going to hide that, and that's why this card is kind of cool, because it will just sit in here in the fold crease of the card. So we will put some Seal Plus where we want that to sit. So it's going to sit on the front part there. And we're going to have that so that you can get to the switch. So you're going to get to the on-off switch, and we can then pop that thicker part of the wire around the mechanism, maybe put a glue dot to hold that in place, and then that's where that will then start to come around the front of your card. So at this point I'm going to then start to use dimensionals to hold these in place. So I'm just going to put a dimensional on the bulb, and as I say, we're using this wire is really forgiving. It will just bend wherever you want it to go, so you can just be fairly you can kind of tell the bulbs where you want them to sit. I'll use a couple of them. So I'll have that one, and then we've got yellow. So again, I can fold that over and have that one at the top. You need a large pack to fill your different. Wouldn't they look cool? All like, oh, they're just going to look beautiful, aren't they? I have done that before with the bottles, and they're very pretty. Perfect for outside on the table as well if you're gathering outside, having a meal and things. They look very nice. All right, let's get that wire up and out of the way. There, so we've got the 4 of those, which look cool. You could kind of do something with the rest of the wire, but there's 4. Now we're going to come back round with the sort of the remaining of the lights. So the actual, like the wire of the lights adds to that messy string effect of lights being unravelled from your Christmas box, because they never come out the way you put them in. You wind them up all lovely and neat, and then they come out as if you just rolled them up in a ball and shoved them in and didn't have any kind of process to them. That's just the law, isn't it? That's just what bulbs do. Right. There. We want this green one. Have a bit of that wire down here. Let's see if I can bend that. I don't want it coming over the edge of the card too much. Let me see if I can just push that there. And yellow. And then the blue can come over here. Push that wire out the way. Put them on there. And I've got the blue there. Right, now we've got a couple of lights left on here. So that was let me just check what colour we've got. You're going to get a reveal, pink and green. So we want the pink. Let me see if I can get that to go around under there. We want the pink to kind of come around under that light. And then the green, we've got the rest of that. It kind of works out quite well that then comes around. And then this green one can just tuck and go under that green bulb. It won't matter if you had the same, different colours under the different bulbs. I'm sure it would look fabulous if you didn't quite get them going the right matching colours to colours. Right, I'm going to take a glue dot around that one because it's not staying where I want it to. And pop that under there. So are we ready? And we've got, let's just push that wire. So the wire is very good at sort of staying where you want it to. Let me turn my lights off and not pitch black, but Joanne, it's so true. Joanne says it's trying to get the lights in the right place on the Christmas tree. It is. It's a little battle. Right, let's turn this light off. Oh, and this light off so that it's slightly darker for you. Are we ready? Da, 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 da. How cool! So that is, we just need a little stopper. I realise I haven't done the stopper across the front, but how cool is that? And there is a little battery pack then just in the inside. And so that your recipient could turn it on and off in an evening and have it on for a little bit and enjoy the lights being turned on. So I'm just going to pop a glue dot under that to hold that rope. Mary says you've outdone yourself. Look, it lights up. So cute. Love it. I'm going to make a whole batch of those. All of those lights are going to be used. Not a one is going to be left in their packet. I'm going to use them for my cards. I'm going to make a whole batch of these because they are a lot of fun. Right, where are we at? It's only 9:10. Should we make another card? So I won't. This one here was the prototype. So as you say, I can see I followed that along. And I've just put a little stopper. I didn't want anything to detract from the bulbs at the front, so I actually kept the stopper as a white bar. And the thing with that is to I will put the stopper on actually. Let me just do that because it's only going to be something that I have to do at a later point when I go to use the card. So I've just done a strip 2 centimeters by the width of the card, so 10.5. And let me just turn that off. And we'll just pop that on dimensionals along that piece. You might want to have a Merry and then put the Christmas on the bar. Hadn't thought of that before. So you could maybe have the sentiment kind of coming down and onto that bit there, which might be quite nice, just to extend that out. So when I make these easel cards, I just hold that where I want that to be, how steep you want it to be or how far forward you want it to be, and then I will place that across the card there, so that then you've got that in the right place for where you want that to sit. So there you go. That is that one. Let's make another. So I've got another layout to share with you, and I have pre-cut some of the foil bulbs. So this time we're not stamping the bulbs. Jerry says, and I thought I didn't need those stamps. Right, I have these silver bulbs. Not silver, foil bulbs. So these are the foil that is in the catalogue on page 9. So there's the pink and green. So that is Melon Mambo and Granny Apple Green foil sheets. And I have die cut a whole bundle of the toppers in green, not green, gold. So what I've also cut is the filament, like in part to the bulb. I didn't do that on the stamped ones. So these were die cut as well. These bits, it's a bit of pain with it being so shiny in the lights, but this is all with the adhesive. So can you see that that'll then just stick on? And we'll do that for each of the bulbs. So I'm going to do that style and a gold top. So as I say, using the adhesive glimmer just makes that so easy to put together. because it's already sticky, and the shiny glimmer is pretty. And that's going to go on there with the top. I don't know how many of these I'll need, but I'm just going to make them up because I have the bits and bobs cut out. I think I've cut enough tops and middles for 6 bulbs rather than all 8. So let me do 2 the same, I think. Have I got a middle bit? That one. I've got a heart, so I'm going to put the heart on that one so that they stay the same. That's gorgeous. I've been trying to resist this set. I know. It's just, I had to have it. I just thought the bulbs were I just love fairy lights. I love that about Christmas. I just had to have it. Yeah, I knew I wanted to properly turn the lights on the card so they're actually lit up. Right, I'm going to do a basic layout for you. So we're going to use some of the DSP that goes with this bundle. I might use the rainbow piece perhaps, or we've got the fa la 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 la, or the bowl. We've got the red and tricky. There's the dots. That's got the green. That's quite nice. Quite like that with the green. What should we do? Stripes, I think. I'm going to go stripes. Right, I cut some white earlier. So I'm going to use half a sheet white and score it. So I've done a long base, so that is 10.5 by the full length of the cardstock, or 4 1/4 if you're using letter size cardstock. And then we're going to have a 1.5 by 2. If you're in my Card and a Cuppa membership, you'll start to recognise this layout. So I've only just started to build it, Shaz. So Shaz is asking where my Amazon list is. So what I can do is, if someone reminds me, I'll share my screen and show you. But if you go onto my blog, coastalcrafter.com, and then underneath my drop down for the shop, it will say shop online, and then it will say Amazon products. And if you click on that, then these fairy lights are there. And I've also started to put things on, like the webcam that I use for my live, and the arm that I use for how it stands. And so I'm going to build up a little list on there of things that are non-Stampin' Up that I may use for packaging, or tech that I might use, or the lights that I use and stuff like that. I just know people are sometimes interested in that if you're doing a similar thing yourself. So I'm happy to share. Johanna says adds to order. Right, this is going to go across the card. So we'll just do our DSP across there. Now, I'm not sure how bulky this is going to make this, but I'm going to see. Now, this one I haven't tried as far as actual layout of the bulb, so I'm not sure how many I'm going to fit on here or how bulky this is going to be. But I am going to light this one up as well. You could use, have you got the dies, Sue? Did you buy the dies and just not the stamp set, or did you not buy either of this? What's your plan? Because if you've got the dies, you can make these bulbs without the stamp set. But right, let's unravel this and just pop that through there. It's like gently unraveling the Christmas lights to not get them all knotted. Before I go and put it on, this is a no neither. Before I go and put all of this on the card, we'll just check that it's working, because you don't want to go to the effort of putting it on the card and find that it then doesn't play. So I'm going to pop that on. This one you're not going to be able to get to change the battery unless you pull the card apart, but you win some, you lose some. And the let's do glue dots. Just hold that down. Can't craft without glue dots. They're just such a handy adhesive. Okay, that is bulky. I'm not going to lie. That is going to be bulky when you're posting. It is a hand, you know, that's triple dimensional like depth. But let's see if we load that triple or maybe even quadruple. Let's see how high we need to get that to make it even. And a third. I think 3 might be all right, you know. I think that might be okay. That's going to sit across. No, I am going to put a 4th on. So it's 4 high. It's definitely not light on postage. These are not going to be your international Christmas cards. If you're sending cards across the pond, they are definitely not these ones. But for kids or family or hand-given cards, they are a bit of fun. Let's see if I can get some tape on there. Right. So I'll put some tape on the back of that because I can use that as a bit of a dimensional. Fancy schmancy dimensional. And then that's going to sit perfect. 4 is the perfect height, but I mean that is some depth of a card. That is some serious depth. Right, I was just gonna see if we could do more like this, and then wind the. Haven't thought this one through really. Let's see if I can. So we can just like shove it all on. Let's maybe thread it. I could half it actually. That could work. Let's do that. And give it a little twist. Yeah, lay tear and tape down and then, yeah. Cards get scanned in the post, the wires and batteries will trigger a light. Yeah, I think so. I think it's definitely a hand delivery for sure. Then you know they're there safe and sound. Right, let's wire that down. Let's turn it on so we can see where we're going to place this. This is all the fun of the process, isn't it? And we can have this then wiggly going along there, and we can then kind of have the bulb sitting across that way. I think that would be kind of cool. So let's do will a dimensional be enough to hold it, or I want to tape in place? What do we reckon? Could thread that through. You see why I practiced the first one. I thought we don't want to be here all night, but I was prepared to have the second one have a go and just kind of go through the process with you. There, I think that's the way we're going to do it. We'll thread it along and then we can tear and tape. Absolutely, Joanna. Just let me know when you're coming to deliver and I'll pop the kettle on. That would be delightful. You're not too far away, actually. You're not too far away. I used to drive that far for work, actually. So far enough, but doable. Right, let's light this. Let's do this one, pink. Concentration. Are you still with me? Is everyone still with me? Oh, my top bit's come off. That might need a glue dot. How many adhesives does Emma need on her desk to make this card? How many lights are in a strand? 10. Because I did 8 bulbs on the last one. And then there was 2 spare. And so this is a 1 meter strand. So you get 10 per 1 meter. And I think, as I say, with the card, I do think that a meter, in my opinion, I think a meter is plenty. Otherwise, you've got too much wire to be dealing with and too much to kind of place onto the card. And it becomes too tricky to try and place that. I think you've got, yeah, too much. I'm right off the desk, sorry. I realised I was way down the desk. Yeah, so you've got too much wire to then try and contend with, but yeah. So, and it's easy if you search like 1 meter strands, weirdly, the computer will throw up 2 meter strands as the kind of preference. So just be cautious if you are wanting to purchase and you're going off to purchase some of these. Just make sure that you haven't bought a pack of 100 10 meter strand lights by accident. Not that I'm sure you couldn't do something beautiful with them, but it might be more than you perhaps need. Okay, I'm not going to worry too much, I think, about the lights being out on this one. What do we reckon? I don't think I mind that that's sort of out from there. 5. Should I see if I can get 5 on here? I could potentially not hook them on at all and just have them sat over the top of the lights. That might work too. I'll continue with threading them on for this one, I think. Can't find them on Amazon. Just have a Google, Roz, of LED fairy LED string lights, LED fairy string lights, 1 meter, and see if you can find them elsewhere. I'm sure you'll be able to get them in some way or another. Or I hope you can. I'll be sad for you if you're looking for them and you can't get them. Debbie says, had a hard day and it's nice to see you. It's lovely to see you too, Debbie. I hope everything is all right. Right, and let's that there. I think we're nearly there. This one is definitely, we're going to go that one. I think, or should I do round? I think round. Although I've gone green, pink, pink, but I think I'm going to go for shape over colour and pop that one on the end. And then I might even glue, let's see if I can twizzle that one under there. let's take that one down. Definitely, Glenda, hand delivered. It is chunky. There is no getting away from that. This is not an economical card, but hopefully a fun one, a special one, and one that would put a smile on someone's face. So yeah, but definitely hand deliver for sure. The layers on here is a lot. All right. Just going to add a little extra glue dot on that one. And I'm going to put a little glue dot just under that little bundle of string there, just to hold that down. So that's getting a little much, but there you go. Right, we need maybe a little sentiment on this, but it stands. And the little switch on the side, we'll switch that off, and you've got your lights going across. It's definitely a hand deliver. It is so chunky, but fun. So let's add a little sentiment. Let's just do Merry Christmas, and I'll then bring in the first card and show you. Says love it. Connie says so adorable. Oh, thank you. As I said, you could make this card without the lights, and you could just make it. You could, instead of those lights there, you could use some of the gold Simply Elegant trim. So you could have this exact layout but without the lights, and it would make it much more postable. Hey Kayla, I have been making with actual fairy lights. So if you haven't seen, I'll switch this on in a minute and I'll show you the two cards. Small things, some bright sparkly lights definitely have put a smile on my face. I hope they've put a smile on yours. Should we put that there, or should we have that? Oh, I don't know where to. Down there, maybe. Merry Christmas. Where to put the sentiment? My goodness, this shouldn't be the difficult part. I've done the difficult part. There, I think. Right. Let's add that on. Merry. And we'll do Christmas. There. I think that's kind of okay that sticks up a little bit. That kind of sits forward. I like that actually. With that sentiment's okay there. It just needs to straighten up a little bit, but I think that's okay. Right, fabulous. There we go. So she says, usually I snuck back to bed because I'm home alone and had to bed. Oh, lovely, bliss. What? How lovely to have a sleep in bed to yourself. Just starfish. I did, Tina, that's the exact card. That was the last time I think I've used fairy lights on a card. It was a wreath with fairy lights in. And similar style to the first card that I made. It was an easel card. So let's put the spotlights off again, and I will turn these on so that you can see both the cards in the glory. And the symbol using 4 different adhesive and some fairy lights. So there you go. You've got your light up cards for special people in your life, and those special people that you're able to hand deliver to. Otherwise it is going to cost you a fortune, and I would be worried for the batteries traveling. But there you go, a bit of fun. Hopefully it has cheered you up, and on a dull, rainy autumnal evening for us here. But yes, I'm sharing this one on my blog tomorrow, so there'll be photos of that one on my blog tomorrow. And if you've got any questions, let me know. Don't forget my Star at Night class closes tomorrow. You've got an extra little sneaky bit of time because of the stock not yet back in for ordering, but it's due back in tomorrow, hopefully. And the super awesome kit has gone live, so you can book onto that if you would like to make something with the sending cheer with myself and Brian King. And I think that's all. I shall be back next weekend for you. Have a wonderful week, whatever you are up to. Have fun with your ordering of lights. If you've gone off and ordered some lights and I've inspired you to make some of those cards, feel free to share them with me. I'd love to see what you make. And I will catch you all next Sunday. Take care, everyone. Bye.